Hi guys, Erica Suter here, and welcome back to my channel on female athlete performance training. Let's talk about the female athlete growth spurt. So, when a female athlete is going through her most rapid period in growth, it is called peak height velocity. And this tends to occur on average around 11 and a half years of age, although some girls might hit it sooner, some might hit it a little later, depending on their maturation status. But during this time, there's a couple of things to expect and to just embrace and lean into, and to really focus on the things that a female athlete can control. Growth is a part of her journey as a young athlete. So, first things first, she's going to be going through drastic height and weight changes. So when her height is changing, then her center of gravity might be thrown off a little bit. So it might be hard for her to be coordinated, or she might have tighter hips, or she just might feel overall clumsy about herself. And then as far as the weight changes, she tends to gain a little bit more weight because her bones are growing, her muscles are growing. But then after this period, she's going to start putting on some fat mass. And this is normal for girls. It usually happens in the hip area as well as the chest area. And this is something we shouldn't berate her about. We shouldn't really say anything about it. We should just acknowledge it and give her the tools that she needs to still be a balanced, coordinated, fast, and just overall healthy, resilient athlete. So it's especially important during this time to ensure that the female athlete is getting the performance training she needs. So we're really wanting to work on building strength and really working on those movement patterns. So teaching her how to perform a squat, whether that's unloaded or maybe loaded, depending on what her training age is. I'm going to leave an article in the caption below for more specifics on training age, but we really want to just teach her how to control her body in these different positions. So squats are really great. Working on movements that help with hip hinging and really building the hamstrings. So your deadlifts or your single leg deadlifts that add that balance component, it's really going to help her to build her strength, but also to just build her balance and the overall stability of her core. Another thing that the strength training does during this time is it really helps her to have a body composition that is going to bolster her athletic performance. So when we look at the research, which I've also linked in the description below, more muscle helps a female athlete to be able to withstand the forces in her sport and to be able to perform high velocity movements. If she does not have enough muscle and enough strength in her muscle, a lot of those forces are going to go to her bones, her tendons, her ligaments, and result in injury. And we do not want that. We also want to make sure that she's strong and athletic, and she can really perform these movements fast, and she can control her momentum. So that's why strength is even more important during this time, especially as her body just starts to change a little bit. And we really want to just empower her with things that she can control. So we can't control what's going on as far as the height and the weight, but we can control the training around it, and we also can control nutrition. One of the biggest things to keep in mind during the growth spurt is that the bone mineral density takes a lot longer to fill in. So a lot of this happens after that peak height velocity. So we really want to make sure that we're loading with the bones with strength training, because that's what's going to make those bones stronger, but we're also infusing those bones with the proper nutrients. So her calcium, her vitamin D, her magnesium. So we want to make sure that we're really building her up during this time, because it can be a very shocking, disorienting time for some girls. Maybe they were the fastest when they were age 7, but when they hit age 12 and they're going through this time period, they're the slowest on the team, or they don't feel comfortable, or they don't feel like they can control their bodies. So we want to provide them with great training, great nutrition to really build them up. So again, check out the articles in the description below. I've linked an article on training age, on maturation in young girls, on the different movements for strength that she needs to have. And I also recommend checking out the Strong Female Athlete book. The first half of the book is all about the growing youth female athlete and what to expect from a physical standpoint, but also an emotional and hormonal and a social standpoint, and how we can attack those areas to make sure that she's developing to the best she can. So thank you guys again, and I hope you enjoyed this video.